show off 3 of these games for you today. One everyone's probably familiar with. The other 2, maybe not as much. So let's get going. This is Legend of Hero Tonma. I'm playing the TurboGrafx version rather than the PC Engine version. I don't think there's any difference other than it's in English. This is a one-hit KO game, so things can go sideways real quick. So we'll see what happens. Let's go. So we're going to use this first stage primarily to get a little bit tooled up on our weapons. Strictly speaking, we don't have to get quite as much stuff as we're going to get in this stage in order to beat it, but it's going to set us up pretty nicely for the rest of the game, at least until we die. When you do die, hopefully we won't die, but if you do, you lose your power-ups. You go back to your base level energy. Don't give me a bad pattern? Okay, good. There's one pattern you can get from those little pigmen right there, where you bounce off of one and right into the face of the other one. It's very nasty when the game does that. But there we go. Alright, stage 1 down. We are on the boss. Hopefully we'll make very quick work of him. Start attacking now. There we go. That's a great kill. Got him before he turned. Alright, so stage 1 down. But now we start one of our vertical stages. And those can always be a little dicey, because you can't necessarily see exactly what's coming up next. To help us out, we're going to get the shield here, which can prevent us from taking damage from projectiles and direct contact damage from enemies. And we're going to bounce off this Viking and make it up here. Okay, good. So that's nice. Now I just have to make sure I don't get killed by the boss here, which is a flying dragon. Ooh. Okay, this is going to be the world's slowest kill, but we're alive for the moment anyway. Okay, come over here. There we go, that wasn't so bad. Okay, good, yeah, that was fine. Played it safe and it paid off. You can kill that boss in just barely after it starts the second cycle. If you're the Taz, you can do it in 1 cycle. But I'm not the Taz. So here we are on stage 3, and this is really where we're going to want to be cool about not shooting too much. We want to kind of focus on our economy of shots here, because we can create a lot of slowdown by shooting too much. If I open that chest right there, that's a 1-up. But you have unlimited continues in this game, so you don't really need it. But if I open that chest, it causes a ton of slowdown. Ooh, what is going on with those fireballs? That's weird. Okay, good. Sometimes you get trolled there and die, even though you do everything right, so we didn't die. That's great. Oh, no! Okay. I stood a little bit in the wrong spot there for a second. I'm actually playing this safe slightly with my positioning. Oh, my splits. Okay. I split a little late there. Not that you can see what my splits are or anything. Alright, another vertical stage. This stage is awesome when you do it right, but very easy to die in this stage too, unfortunately. Go, 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 go! Run! Alright, we got to the top. There's just so much that can shoot you on your way up to the top of the stage. So as you can see, we got a lot going on here. Oh! Wow! We just destroyed that boss. That was a gold split. Alright, here we go. This stage can be gnarly too. This is the dungeon. And things like to pop up on top of you at certain parts of this stage, so we're going to try real hard not to die here, because good things are happening right now. I don't know why I would say that. As any speedrunner knows, you never say that things are going well in a run, because it's just doom at that point. Oh, look, we got a little bounce there. But I already said it, so we just have to do our best now. I screwed up. I said something's going well. Alright. We're gonna come down here and get this ball pickup. So we're gonna switch our fire sub-weapon out for our bombs, and that's gonna allow us to kill this boss a little bit easier. There's a really sick quick kill that the Taz does that I just cannot for the life of me do, so I try to... No! Oh, get out of here! I turned around and shot, and the game said no. Alright, so what we're going to do is go out of our way a little bit to get some extra pickups. We're going to get this right here. We want to have a double projectile for our sub-weapon. And that means we just have to pick up 2 of the same projectile. So we got 1 there. Fortunately, we were able to make that happen. I'm going to play it real safe now since we died. And kill these guys. Normally, if you're going super, super fast, you want to bounce off of one of the little statues that I'm just in the middle of killing here. But now I'm just playing it safe. Alright, get this. And, okay. So you'll notice that... I didn't get the 1 pixel jump. I swear that jump only works sometimes. Even it feels like it's 1 pixel, but I think it's even more finicky than that. Alright. So, instead of having the 1 ball that I shoot, I have triple ball. So that does a little bit more damage. I have to be careful on this boss. It's very easy to die when he does the big rock. There it is. Ooh, I avoided it. Alright. Should be just about done. There it is. Okay. Alright, so lost a little bit of time there with that death, but only a little bit, actually. And, you know, we're not... It's not maybe as bad as you might think. We gotta be careful with our shots here because these little enemies that spawn out of the walls can avoid taking damage there. If we are off on our timing. That's another benefit of the triple shot. Is that you have more of a... Oh, that was terrible timing. That stinks. That was just bad luck. Normally when you run up there, if you're just constantly shooting, which we are at this point, you can avoid getting hit there because you kind of stun lock the enemies, and when they're in iframes, you can run through some of the enemies in this game. Some of them. So see, here we go. Yeah, see, of course it works that time. Oh, bounce off this, please! I was not expecting to bounce. That threw me off a little bit. So unfortunately, we're slightly underpowered now. But we'll do what we can. When I hold the up button, I can float a little bit when I'm in the air. Okay. Kill this bottom one. Alright, good. So now I can just focus on the right side. Oh, I'm holding the down button and it didn't duck. You jerkwad game. I was in the middle of shooting too much, so the game's like, no, you're shooting. Stay shooting, buddy. This is a real nice run we had, Runts. Runts. It's 6 in the morning, give me a break. Did I get the right pickups? Yeah, I think I did. The stage is so quick that sometimes I second guess myself. If I die, like, why did you die, and stop dying, and do other stuff besides dying. Okay, I didn't float. So when you hold up while you're jumping, you can float a little bit in the air, but that time I didn't. I just fell right on that the projectile there. And you can't land on projectiles. You can't land on projectiles, and the odd thing to me is the smaller enemies, like you can land on the humanoids, you can land on these statues, even the smaller statues, but like little bats and stuff like that, you can't land on them. You can't bounce off of them. I mean, you can touch them, but then you die. So I find that very annoying. Duck. Okay, good. Duck. I'm gonna say duck now, so you know I'm actually trying to do. Since we've had a couple issues with our floating and our ducking. There we go. We gotta jump out of the way here. We have one final piece of business. So here we go, final boss. Go for a quick kill here. Okay. I swear to you I didn't turn around, but I did, so whatever. Oh boy, we have no health, or we have no weapon now. There we go, and Princess. Oh, this is slightly early. That run was awesome until it wasn't. We were well on world record pace for a while there. Then we weren't. Even through the first death, everything was cool. But then that what's the second last stage? Yeah, Castle. The last vertical stage you saw there. Ooh, it all went off the rails. But this is a cool game. It's sort of like a much, I don't know. There's like little overtones of some GNG in this game. You know, it's a lot easier, obviously, and much shorter. But it's a super fun game. So yeah, that's Legend Hero Tonma. Your hero's name is Tommy, so I don't know what Tonma's about, but there you go. So stay tuned because we got more TurboGrafx-16 stuff. Kadash is coming up next, which is a super rad game for the system. So stay tuned, everyone.